2K6 coming back on air, also known as Anthony Steele. We're coming in from WWE 2K16 Universe Mode in Lucha Underground. If any of you guys saw the past couple days, I've been uploading videos, different matchups. I did Dr. Wagner Jr. versus Vampiro, different fighters, different guys. Tonight, well this morning really, it's 9 a.m. here. I'm about to go into work, but I'm going to see if I can't get in a couple matches before I go. Hopefully you guys can see and hear this one a little bit better than the last few videos. I watched back 2 of my videos and it kept getting scrambled, so I chose the lowest quality. Hopefully it'll go ahead and upload the video right. It'll be able to record it properly and you guys will be able to see what's actually going on here. Because we're coming in tonight, we're going to play Lucha Underground on Universe Mode, if I hadn't said it before. Matchup 1, we have Bengala versus Brian Cage versus Drago versus King Cuerno in a fatal 4-way match. Next up, we have Willie Mack versus Pentagon Jr. One of my favorite fighters. If you guys haven't paid any attention, Pentagon Jr. is an amazing athlete, as is Willie Mack, so this will be a great matchup for me. Coming in with Dr. Wagner Jr. versus Rey Mysterio, who is also having to be a junior as well, so this would probably be a great matchup for Lucha Libre, as in the whole sport itself instead of just Lucha Underground. It would be pretty amazing to see this fight if it hasn't happened already. Coming in tonight, we have a 6-man Gift of the Gods match. Coming in for the Gift of the Gods Championship, Rey Mysterio, who's already had a match tonight, will be competing against Phoenix, Killshot Tejano, Jack Evans, and Dragon Azteca Jr. Rey Jr. and Dragon Jr., if anybody hasn't watched Lucha Underground, are actually a trios champion in real life. Mil Muertes versus Jack Evans is next, who apparently after he gets done trying to win the Gift of the Gods is also going to beat down Mil Muertes if he can. I don't see it turning out very good for Jack. And then to top it all off, we have a Lucha Underground Championship match between Angelico and Prince Puma. I don't believe either of these guys had matches earlier up tonight, so we'll be able to see a good clean fight from 2 100% competitors. Now, anybody that's watched these videos has already seen created characters in the created arena along with the custom show that I have on Universe. It sometimes takes quite a bit of time to load, but I'm going to go ahead and try and fill this space in. It's normally blank, so I want to just go ahead and thank PlayStation Network for setting up the broadcasting channels, for YouTube allowing me to put these things up. Big thanks to Lucha Underground, who really inspired all this, that maybe has it. Look El Rey Network up and see if you can't find Lucha Underground. It's amazing programming. So once again, we have Brian Cage, Bengala, Drago, and King Cuerno. These 4 guys have been staples of Lucha Underground since season 1, really, and even before that. If anybody knows the true meaning behind it, they have AAA competitors, really what it is, coming into Lucha Underground to do different kinds of storylines, different kinds of matchups that you really wouldn't normally get to see. Like in last year's Ultima Lucha, we got to see Pentagon Jr. versus Vampiro, and they had a, not exactly, I can't remember the name of the match, Cero Miedo match, a Zero Fear match, breaking glass bulbs over each other's heads, putting each other through tables. It was amazing. You can look these up on YouTube, a lot of these videos from Lucha Underground, but they don't have the full shows and the full series. You can get those off of Apple, iTunes. You can buy Lucha Underground episodes, or you can go ahead and buy the whole first season. I think the first season costs about $45 on iTunes for those Apple users. Like I said before, this takes quite a good bit of time. It's gonna have to load a custom arena. Starting up now. Who's coming out first? Bengala. From the mighty jungle, Bengala. Anybody that hasn't known, Bengala isn't really one of their top tier guys, but he is an amazing athlete. He comes out every night and does what he can. I haven't seen him personally over the past couple of weeks. We don't have satellite anymore myself after we got internet. Bengala's coming out. You can really look and see, he actually has on, what were they called? The Road Warriors. He actually has on Road Warrior football pads painted white to go with his outfit. Most of these guys do come out with other attires in Lucha Underground that you really wouldn't be able to find in WWE, such as when Drago comes out, he has a wingsuit that you don't really have on 2K16. This is what I was talking about, Drago. He comes out, if you notice, this is actually the entrance for Cody Rhodes' new character, Stardust, but he's a bit of a weirdo himself, so I guess that kind of works. Comes from the pits of the underworld. His name is Drago. Next up, we have Cage, also known as Brian Cage, also known as The Machine. This is another amazing competitor, guys. If you happen to have internet, which you should if you're watching this, but if you have internet at your house, like say you're watching this at the library or something, if you have internet at your home, look up Brian Cage's finishing move called the Weapon X. It is completely amazing, people. This is a sort of a reverse STO gory bomb at the exact same time. It's amazing. If you can't hear the music, know some of my other videos you can't really hear the theme songs. He's coming out to Batista's theme song, so just imagine this to I Walk Alone. Broadcasting team at an El Rey Network table. And finally, last but not least, would be the king of hunting, King Cuerno. Put several trophies from Lucha Underground on his walls. If anybody saw, I'm not sure exactly how it ended up turning out, but at one time King Cuerno had Mil Muertes in a coffin in his trophy room. So that was pretty cool to see. The mask that you see he has on, if anybody plays WWE 2K16, you'll recognize that that is the mask that you earn from becoming a part of the Authority, if I'm not mistaken. It's one of Triple H's masks from, I think, a WrestleMania that he had used that in. We're going to skip it through this. So we're going in, we'll have a fatal four-way matchup. For anybody that's confused, this is not tag team, this is fatal four-way. So we're going to come in, my favorite character out of these four guys would most likely be Brian Cage, so we're going to go ahead and play as him. Starting out, Brian Cage and Drago versus Bengala and King Cuerno. Drago's taking Brian Cage out of the ring. King Cuerno's followed. He's going for a weapon. He has the sledgehammer coming in after Bengala. Bengala takes the weapon back from him. Drago's laying down the smack on Brian Cage outside the ring until he turned it around. Going for a big power bomb onto the floor. Kicking it back up again. Oh my God. Oh, a second power bomb right down. There's there's no protection out there, folks. There's just a thin rubber mat over the top of concrete. That hurts, people. Oh my goodness. Comes in and nerfs Bengala and takes down King Cuerno as well. Looks like he wants the sledgehammer. He comes in, he tries to hit Bengala in the knee for some reason, taking both down at one time, King Cuerno and Bengala. Drago's going to come in and pick up the pieces of King Cuerno. Brian Cage coming in after Bengala. Referee going for a 1, 2, and a kick out by King Cuerno. It's not nearly enough to finish the matchup. Going in for a sweet superplex. Not really a superplex. Anybody that watches wrestling knows that comes off the top rope, but with Brian Cage, I guarantee you it feels like a superplex. Quick reversal. Oh my goodness, a jawbreaker by Brian Cage. He's coming in again. This is obviously going to be the highlight maker of the match. We're going backpack stunner. I know that had to hurt people. Anybody that wants to watch this and say Brian Cage does not high fly is a liar. If you watch Brian Cage versus Matanza Cueto on YouTube, you can actually see he has some amazing high flying abilities for a big guy. Also, Willie Mack would be another guy that you can watch to see amazing high-flying moves from a larger competitor. Now, of course, he doesn't springboard. You saw me trying, so he just ended, but he punched. He doesn't springboard, but in the Matanza Cueto versus, he's going in for another backpack stunner. Goodness. Oh, my God. In Matanza Cueto versus Brian Cage for the championship, he cashed in his Gift of the Gods belt, tried to take the Lucha Underground belt, and wasn't exactly successful. But he did show off a great number of new moves that a lot of people really wouldn't have seen from him otherwise. Snake eyes onto the top turnbuckle. And he's going in for his signature move. He's going to break Bengala down with an F5, people. They loaded Brian Cage with an F5. We're going to come in. We're going to check his special moves. I actually haven't played with Brian Cage before. If you remember earlier, I said he had an STO that was into a gory bomb. You don't really have that on WWE 2K16, so they put in a Discus Big Boot and Gory Bomb 3. If you could just imagine this move that I'm about to show you, instead of doing it the way he has his head underneath the chin, he has his arm locked, and he takes him and he slings him backwards into the slam. So you imagine this, just about the same as that, but instead he has his arm hooked around the throat, has it bent over in half, and breaks the man down before he crushes him. He's coming in for the pin since Drago's in for the Irish whip. He's hoping to get one off. Drago sees it coming and breaks up the 3 count. King Cuerno saves Brian Cage, but Brian's stunned and on the ropes. This is a fatal 4-way match. There are no friends here. He's coming in. He's got the sledgehammer again. We've seen, Brian Cage uses this several times this match already. He's breaking down his competitors. Anybody paying attention at the bottom of the screen, King Cuerno and Bengala are the closest to having their butts kicked at the moment. Bengala goes in for a nice slap and then a drop kick to the side of the head. Brian Cage going to keep it a little more simple, just a choke toss. And then he's going to take, just a bad bulldog. Anybody that's watched knows I love that move. The bulldog is just simple and effective, but you're using all of your weight to drive somebody's head into the mat. There's a quick 2. Drago goes in for the sledgehammer onto the back of the neck. King Cuerno and Brian Cage. Scoop slam. Brian Cage going up to the middle rope once again. Bengala. Drago may have the, just a 2 count. Drago might have had the championship there if there was a championship on the line in this match. This is just a regular fatal 4-way though, so we don't have anything to worry about. Later up tonight, if you didn't pay attention before, we do have a Lucha Underground Championship match and a Gift of the Gods Championship here at Ultima Lucha. King Cuerno, if anybody doesn't know, that's a standing Shiranai, hit him with it, laid him out, but he did not go for the pinfall. He obviously knows he can't finish the match like this. Brian Cage once again for another F5, but King Cuerno reverses the signature, gets out of the F5. You don't see that very often. Hatch suplex just took him over real quick and easy. He's going out of the ring. He obviously wants Bengala. He's trying to put one of the 2 wild animals on his trophy ring. Drago coming in and trying to attack Brian Cage, but just eats a DDT. Brian Cage, what's he going to do now? Taking him up, going to put him into the ropes. It looks like. What's he going for here? It's a slingshot suplex, it looks like. Yep, slingshot suplex right onto the Aztec symbol, as Matt Striker would say, right here in Boyle Heights, Los Angeles. He's going for this powerbomb again. Anybody who watched earlier, he got powerbombed onto the rubber mat before. He's probably still feeling that at the moment. Bengala just got pure steel. We're going to go back in. We're going to check Brian Cage's moves one time. He has this F5 number 3, and he also does a standing moonsault. So see, if I told you, he does a lot of high-flying moves, actually, to be such a large guy. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to take Drago down one time. It looks like he's going for a choke slam. Choke military press into the body slam. Coming in for the signature. Seems like he got off target there for some reason. Try this one more time. Coming in for a quick reversal by Drago. Another reversal by Cage right into the corner. Cage is going to pick him up. Oh, a German suplex. Looked like Cage landed on the handle of that sledge, but it's looks like it's all right for now. Coming in, this is that standing moonsault, just amazing athleticism for such a large competitor. Coming in for the 3 count. King Cuerno may have just lost himself this matchup. Nope. Drago got out. If King Cuerno had lost himself this matchup, imagine he would have been pretty upset. He's coming in for the gory bomb again, but it looks as though Drago has just reversed the finishing move of Brian Cage. The Weapon X has been taken out of play. He's coming in, and Brian Cage gets a kick out at 1. Quick drop kick by Drago. Bengala bringing King Cuerno right back into the ring. Once again, folks, this is Fatal 4-Way, Ultima Lucha Underground, Boyle Heights, Los Angeles. Big shout out to my man Max Striker and Vampiro. King Cuerno, it looks like, is going to come in for his version of the attitude adjustment. Nerf him out real quick. Takes out some of his, takes away some of his stamina doing that. So he's coming in for the move again. We're just going to go ahead and choke lift him. It didn't work out quite like I wanted to. He reversed it. Now he also has a signature. And he's probably pretty ticked off at me for messing him up twice. Bengala sort of takes me out of the way of King Cuerno. Picks up the sledgehammer. He could have had me off of the turnbuckle bounce, but he's going for it again apparently. Seems as though Bengala wants to try and strike me with the sledgehammer after the throw from the ropes. Gets a quick, harsh body slam. Actually, you know what that was? Was probably... Sorry, I had to break up that pinfall. What that was probably he was trying to do a lifting finisher, and instead of lifting me, he kept grabbing the sledgehammer, which happens at times, and I know it sucks and isn't exactly fair. We're going to let Bengala break up this submission move real quick. King Cuerno's pretty hurt. He might actually tap. I don't imagine you see that in real life. King Cuerno tapping unless he's in extreme physical pain. King Cuerno is an amazing... Oh, he just got bloody. He got slammed right down. Lucha-style DDT onto the hammer. The sledgehammer that was laying in the middle of the ring. Bengala is keeping Brian Cage out of the ring. If King Cuerno or Drago was to go for a pinfall right now, it might not end up too good for Bengala or Brian Cage. He's taking it back into the ring. Brian knows that he has to be in the ring to stop pinfalls and to win the match. He's going to get out of the way of this right quick, though. Looks like he tried to come in and grab him, but oh, just another slam down that sledgehammer. This is horribly violent. Looks like Brian Cage is going to come in for another pinfall on the King Cuerno. King Cuerno gets shoulder up at 2. Brian Cage coming in, big elbows to the shoulder, trying to break down that rotary cuff. And Brian Cage apparently doesn't want anybody hitting their finishing moves. He knows that if anybody slams down on a finisher, it could end the matchup, especially if he ended up getting grabbed during it. And he could really knock out his chances of winning. If he's in the middle of being grappled or grappling and somebody hits their finisher and has a pinfall combo on that, it would really mess him up. Bengala's going to come in and try and grab Brian Cage, but he saw it coming. Drago as well also wants a piece of the machine. King Cuerno's getting up. He'll probably try and come after him too. It seems like in triple threat or fatal 4-way matches, as soon as you hit all 3 of the competitors, they'll start trying to destroy you together. Especially a guy like Brian Cage, Kane, Big Show. If you're a larger competitor and you end up hitting moves on 2 or 3 of the different guys, a lot of times they'll all go to attacking you. You're going for the gory bomb again. I'm just going to go ahead and call this the Weapon X from now on, because that is Brian Cage's move, the Weapon X. It's not exactly this move though. I would like to say Pentagon Jr., one of my favorite fighters, they actually added his move into the downloadable content pack. If you have 2K16, get the downloadable content pack. The season pass would probably be the best. And get the DLC pack 2 for the moves, or excuse me, it might just be the DLC pack for moves, the new moves pack. It's called the Hammerlock Arm Breaker. Actually does the full-on arm breaking, not just a submission move into the arm breaker. He actually just straight falls back and does the arm breaker. King Cuerno has just captured Brian Cage. The way the crowd's screaming, I believe, yes, that was his finishing move. He just crushed Brian Cage. I was going to use resiliency, but it seems like Bengala saved my rear with that one, so thanks to him. King Cuerno's going to take Brian Cage into the ropes. Bengala hits the big inverted DDT, and King Cuerno is about to lose us both this matchup. Watch this, people. This is crazy. Nope. Good job. King Cuerno actually stopped the pinfall and goes for a standing Shirai Ryu. A big bad bulldog. Again, a deadly, simple move. Brian Cage is taken out. King Cuerno, Bengala's down. Drago has Brian Cage outside the ring. Is he going to go for a pinfall? I don't think so. Nope, King Cuerno may be, though. King Cuerno might be going for the top, it looks like. Brian Cage going for a German suplex. Drago gets out of it with a clean arm wringer. Good hard hit by Brian Cage. It looks like he's going to come in, go for the pinfall on Bengala, but King Cuerno will most likely break this up. Yeah, he was getting up. I was hoping I'd have enough time to finish that matchup. I'm wanting to try and get in a few matches tonight, or this morning. I say tonight just in case people aren't watching this at the same time, but I am. Brian Cage has a signature. Bengala has a finisher. Drago has a finisher. And Drago just pinned Brian Cage. In a fatal four-way matchup, a lot of times I'll get upset if I don't win. In a fatal four-way matchup, there's just too many different variables. There's too many different things that can go wrong, just like right there. Bengala could have broke up the pinfall, but he was going for his own high-flying move. It's 9:29 a.m. I have to go to work at 11:30, so I have about another hour that I can play through. So we're going to go ahead and try and keep this quick. We'll skip through these replays. It's the same thing you already saw, though it was a great match. If you haven't maybe seen this on television, could see this looking up WWE 2K16 content. They see this and they say, okay, well, this guy's talking about Ultimate Lucha Underground. He's talking about all these different guys. Maybe I should look this up and try to find it. That's really my ultimate goal with this. But I'd also like to have comments from you guys. I'd like to see you guys asking me for certain things, certain matchups, different types of matches, Hell in a Cell, Steel Cages, TLCs, Royal Rumble, whatever. Anything that you guys are up for that you'd like to see. Anything that maybe you want. Maybe you'd like to see a title change hands. I've said this in other videos. If you want to see a championship match, if you want to see a ladder match for the Lucha Underground belt, from what I've seen, guys, next year, WWE 2K17, the match creator, from what I've seen on other videos right here on YouTube, guys, you really have to check this out. These guys have revamped match creator to a whole nother level from what I've saw. Spoiler alert, again, this video claimed that it was nothing but concepts, but I'm absolutely not believing it a bit, because it was actually full video of the gameplay. It was going through match creator, the different options and whatnot. But the spoiler alert that I was talking about is, if nobody else saw in that video, I'll have to try and find it and put it in the comments what the name of that video was. If nobody else noticed it, this game 2K17 actually, from what I could see, again, if this is wrong, please forgive me. I don't want to upset anybody. I saw casket match, ambulance match, stretcher match, and one more that I hadn't really seen before. It's called a shopping cart match, which I imagine probably has been used before on wrestling somewhere, but I hadn't seen it personally. Hoping to get WWE 2K17 and keep this channel going as soon as I get it. Right now we have coming out, his name is Mac, the Mac. Mac, baby Mac, baby Mac, baby Mac, baby Mac. If anybody watched the Gift of the Gods reveal, Dario Cueto had a bit of fun with Big Mac. He's one of the better fighters, if you have my opinion of it. He's a high-flying big guy. Now, I was talking about Brian Cage earlier. This is actually a high-flying big guy. This man will hit you with a power bomb, do a shooting star press, and then do a backflip leg drop. I'm not kidding you guys, this man is amazing. Coming up next, we have my favorite fighter of all time after watching him on Lucha Underground. This man's name is Pentagon Jr. He's not sure if they have any family records on who was related to who, but there was a Pentagon Senior. This is Pentagon Jr. There was also an Octagon Senior, so we may be seeing an Octagon Jr. coming along to face Pentagon sometime in the near future with Lucha Underground. At the moment, though, it's not quite for sure. This is I'm going to show you guys the move that I was talking about earlier, the hammerlock arm breaker. My favorite move I've seen in wrestling ever. Cero Miedo, if you see that on his back. Once again, this is Lucha Underground. These are Hispanic fighters, most of them. Cero Miedo means zero fear. Pentagon Jr., zero fear. You can see he has what look like Asian symbols on him. If you go back and look at the Lucha Underground Ultima Lucha storyline for Pentagon Jr., it explains that. He went to Asia, to China and Japan to fight, to learn how to do their style of fighting. We're going to go ahead and start this matchup. I'll show you some of the techniques that he uses. Go ahead and start off clean matchup. Going ahead for, this is one of the new additions to WWE 2K16. It was called Working Holds, and it's just basically a mini game. Things that you would see in wrestling at the start of the matchup, you know, hammer locks, arm locks, stuff like you just saw the arm lock. This right here is also one of the things they did. You'll see this on wrestling a lot as well. The guys will come in, the referee will try to pull them apart, and you'll see one of them hit the other, or they can go for a clean break. Pentagon Jr. is a rudo, a bad guy, so he's not going to come in for the clean break. He's going to slap you when you pull him out of that. Belly to back, right down onto the face, into a sitting waist lock. You're going to pick him up again. That's amazing to deadlift a man that large, guys. You don't even realize. Willie Mack has to be at least 250, 300 pounds. Pentagon Jr. lifting up like it's nothing. Okay, now see, when I grabbed him that time, it come in, it didn't actually do the working holds like before. And this is just oh my goodness. A lot of people have seen that move called the Pentagon Driver, but that was a Pentagon Driver across the back of the head. Back of the head went across the knee is what I'm trying to say, and it was deadly. That just was horrible. Willie Mack comes in with a good reversal, hits the Samoan drop, and then drops the knee across Pentagon Jr.'s back, slaps him across the head, trying to keep Pentagon Jr. down, but that's not very, horrible, evil neck breaker. That's not very easy. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and say it like Michael Cole would, a lot easier said than done. Pentagon Jr. with an Irish whip into the corner, and then a shoulder tackle, knocking this man off his feet completely. Gets him with a good right hand. Willie Mack blocks the second one, goes in for a gut check. An Irish whip reversal into the corner, and then a German suplex onto the back of the head. If you're paying attention to the bottom of the screen, Pentagon Jr., it says 90% of his name. That is how, oh my goodness, a back of the neck across the knee again. Now you see it's at 100 and it has an S next to it. What this is, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys this. Showed you this in the last matchup as well. You can go to the special moves in the pause menu, and you can actually look at the moves that these guys have. Pentagon Jr. uses, I think, if you listen to Matt Striker, he calls it the Tanahashi a lot of times. It's also known as the Sling Blade. He has the Chicken Wing Gut Buster, the Hammerlock Arm Breaker, which is the submission move. If you watched Lucha Underground when he first started it out, he would put him into the Hammerlock Arm Breaker position until they submitted. He'd fall back and break the arm. On this game, he does not do that. He just goes for the Hammerlock. He has them trapped in the Hammerlock, grabs the arm and breaks it. So a lot of people try to attack the arm throughout the matchup, but the Hammerlock Arm Breaker, really, with it being a finisher and not a with it being an impact move instead of being a submission move, you don't really need to do that. It's just more to hurt him. I wouldn't suggest, for some reason, every time I've played this, I would not suggest going for a signature or finisher and then hitting the Hammerlock. It'd be a lot easier for you to, say, hit him with that Pentagon Driver to the back of the head, Pentagon driver with the knee to the back of the head. That would most likely be able to hit you set up for the hammerlock, but for some reason, most of the guys will reverse the hammerlock arm breaker after they've been hit with the package pile driver, also known as fear factor from what I've been told, or the sling blade, chicken wing gut buster. Anybody that hasn't seen it, the Pentagon driver was that move that you saw when he dropped across the back of the head. He dropped back of his head across the knee. I always mess saying that up for some reason. It's going to look embarrassing later, but oh well, I don't have any way to edit this. This is live broadcast from WWE 2K16. But Pentagon Jr. actually has a different move. It's called the Pentagon driver that he uses as his finishing move. It's a pin combo move that I'm apparently going to have to add on to this guy because he doesn't have it on here. He does use the chicken wing gut buster. I have seen this move and it is, again, deadly. I'll go ahead and show you that now. Start the matchup back. Going into the Irish, we're going to lay him down real quick. That is also the Tanahashi. That was the sling blade that a lot of people talk about. That wasn't in the signature form though. This is the signature form. There's not a lot of difference except that if you notice it did a lot more damage. So you have him laid down. We're gonna. I'm actually gonna go ahead and build up another finisher because, like I said, you can't go for the hammerlock arm breaker. I want to show you both of Pentagon Jr.'s signatures and finishers. So you just saw the sling blade in two different versions: a standing grapple sling blade and then a Irish whip / running sling blade. Again, it's not a whole lot difference in it, except the fact that the signature move, of course, is going to cause more damage. Another knee to the back of the head. This man is trying to break him down. He goes in for, it looked like he was going for a scoop slam, but he ended up getting kicked in the back of the leg. You don't hear that a lot, but with Lucha Underground, you see these guys are extremely agile. You saw Willie Mack out of that, and a lot of people are going to come on and bash me and say, really, Willie Mack, everybody else that reverses that move will end up doing that, but either way, it's still an amazing thing to see. So we're going to go in, we're going to see the chicken wing gut buster. I have seen him do this move before. That does look like it hurts, honestly. I mean, you're not even getting dropped on the mat in that one. So you come in, this is the move known as the fear factor. What I've seen them call the fear factor. It's also known as a package pile driver. Drop him right down on his head. See, this is what I was saying before. I went for the finisher, and he actually reversed the hammerlock arm breaker. So we're actually dealing with Willie Mack, no help, but he does have a signature. And I'm about to get messed up because I was talking instead of paying attention to the minigame. I'm not going to let that happen again. Excuse me. Slipping out now. Hopefully we can get Willie Mack to try and hit his signature on me so I can reverse it. Reversing the signature would give me my signature back, I'm thinking. Or might even jump you up into a finisher. Guys, I was playing the career mode, my career mode. Anybody that doesn't have this fired up skill, that is upset about constantly losing their finishers, you can actually, when it hits finisher and then you get a signature, and you have a finisher stored, and then you get your signature, if you hit one of the top bumper buttons, I'm not sure what it is for Xbox, so I'm not going to call out which one it is. Good slap to the chest and going in for the drop kick to the head, that's deadly. I'm not sure which bumper it is for Xbox, so I'm not going to call out which one it is, but you can actually store your signature is what it is you go in, your momentum will keep going up until it hits 150. And when it hits 150, you can hit your finisher. Once you hit your finisher, your signature is fully loaded, so don't go for a taunt or anything. Your signature move is fully loaded at that point. We're going to try this one more time. Chicken wing gut buster. Laid Willie Mack out. His body is torn up. We're going for this hammerlock arm breaker. You're going to see it here, folks, the hammerlock arm breaker. This is horrible. Oh my God, just a horrible move. We'll look at this at a different angle. Just deadly. You can see his elbow would be broken. Yeah, it'd have to be. It'd be right at the elbow. This man's arm would be destroyed. He'd be taking away his livelihood. Winner by pinfall, Pentagon Jr. Like I said, actually, if you watch Lucha Underground, he'll take that move. The first time he used it, I've watched him take this move and he had it locked in and used it as a submission. And once the man tapped out, he refused to let it go and did this. That right there is the most deadly move in sports entertainment today. Excuse me again, I'm getting a little excited. He goes in for a 1-2-3 in the replays, and that's it for Willie Mack. It is 9:45 here in beautiful South Carolina. We're going to go ahead and try and have us another matchup this morning. If you'll notice, a lot of times I'll mess myself up when I'm speaking. I have attention deficit. You'll hear me say tonight when I'm actually done told you it's this morning. Please forgive me for that. I know it'll get a little bit confusing, but just try to enjoy the programming. A lot of you guys probably haven't seen a broadcast like this before, or you might have. If you know anybody else that broadcasts like this, live shows like I'm doing, or doing matchups and commentating themselves to it, anybody that didn't notice, I have the ring announcers and the commentary section turned off. That's because in one of my videos I had asked people to leave comments, and one of the comments that somebody had messaged me here on PlayStation, actually, one of these people had messaged me and told me that you couldn't hear me when I was speaking over the commentators or when I was speaking and the ring announcers happened to talk. So what I've done is I went ahead and turned the voice volume down. You can go to the options section and do this. Right now we have coming up Lucha Underground, Dr. Wagner Jr. versus Rey Mysterio. Anybody that doesn't know, yes, Rey Mysterio definitely is on Lucha Underground. The last episode of Lucha Underground that I watched, it's been a while because I lost my satellite connection. I don't have it anymore since I got internet. The last matchup that I watched that had Rey Mysterio in it, he was actually Lucha Underground Trios champion. He was with Prince Puma and Dragon Azteca Jr. as the Trios champions. That was an amazing team. Last time I did these videos, I went back and watched them myself. You couldn't hear the entrance music. So if you can't hear the entrance music, guys, I know I have 2 viewers right now. If you're watching and you maybe don't want to see the entrances because you can't hear anything, or if you're just tired of hearing me talking and actually want to see the guys fight, leave me a comment, like, share. I'm not sure about the subscribe button. I'm not exactly sure what that does. I don't know if I have to have that set up with YouTube for you guys to actually do it, or if that's me getting paid for doing this. That would be awesome. It'd be cool to do this like all day, every day and get paid for it. But I'm not exactly sure how that works, what you have to do to do it. We're going to come in here. We have, again, this is Dr. Wagner Jr. versus what a lot of people don't realize is Rey Mysterio Jr. These are 2 juniors in the Lucha Libre sport. Anybody, I also would ask you guys, help me out with a little bit of my research. These guys, Dragon Azteca Jr., Pentagon Jr., Dr. Wagner Jr., Rey Mysterio Jr., Chavo Guerrero Jr. Well, Chavo, I pretty much, you can obviously tell, that would actually be Chavo Guerrero Sr.'s son, but Dr. Wagner Sr. and Jr., are they actually father and son? Or Rey Mysterio Sr. and Jr., are they actually father and son? Or are these guys that retired and their character was so beloved that the sport of lucha had these guys take over the mask? We actually saw this with Sin Cara Azul and Sin Cara Negra. Sin Cara was played by, if I'm not mistaken, originally he was played by a Hispanic wrestler whose name I'm not exactly sure of. Forgive me for that. But the second Sin Cara, from what I was told, you see Rey Mysterio coming out doing soft, S-A-W-F-T. I think that's hilarious. I haven't played as him yet, but anybody that saw it, I kind of lost my train of thought, so excuse me for that. I'll have to try and get back on my train of thought where I was asking. Yeah, the mask. Is it just passing the mask down, or are these actually father and son relationships? Sin Cara was played by a Hispanic wrestler that went to America to tone his craft, by the way that the story goes. And another wrestler named Homicide actually picked up the mask, or it might be the other way around. Correct me if I'm wrong. Please help me out with this. But if that's the difference, between different guys like Chavo and Rey. Chavo's dad actually was Chavo Guerrero Sr. Rey Mysterio just picked up the mask. Or are these guys actually father and son relationships? Now, we all know Rey Mysterio. I've never seen Dr. Wagner Jr. outside of video games, so we're going to play as Dr. Wagner Jr. for this one. Rey Mysterio. The main reason I'm not playing as Rey Mysterio on this actually is when I downloaded this, you can hit preview on WWE Community Creations on 2K16. And Rey Mysterio, none of the Rey Mysterios that I could find had 619 as their finisher. None of them, seriously, no 619. They had a Tiger Feint kick combo and a frog splash or either a body splash, which is the main reason I don't really want to play as Rey Mysterio. I'm an authenticism guy. I love seeing the moves that you actually see on wrestling, which is why you saw me do Pentagon Jr. and change it to the Hammerlock Armbreaker. That wasn't like that before. I actually changed that myself after finding out it was on the game. Prince Puma as well, he had a certain move that I can't remember what the name was. 630 Senton. I added the Prince Puma on here. Yes, Prince Puma is on here. He's the Lucha Underground champion right now. Going back to the original stuff, Season 1. So we're coming in, we're going to have a start off with a clean matchup at first. Dr. Wagner Jr., I'm not sure if he's a technical or a rudo. For those that's watching at home, they have white hats, black hats, faces, heels, good guys, bad guys. Rudos are the bad guys, technicals are the good guys. You're coming in for the Irish Whip. I always mess this up for some reason. I don't know if you're supposed to hit the button when it gets to you. You're supposed to repeatedly hit it. I've never really understood that prompt, but I've never done it right. Going for hatch knees, and then a good knee to the face. But Rey Mysterio is tough. He does not lay down for that. He has to go down on a knee for this one, but he's right back up again. He's going for just a combination of blows. He went in for what we call axe handle combination. He axe handled him a couple times, and then just going in from a senton from the middle rope. I don't believe that's going to be enough, Dr. Wagner. Not even a 1 count, man. You got to hurt him a little bit more than that. Yes, for those that's playing, for those that are watching along with me, I am playing as Dr. Wagner Jr., but I will be a unbiased color commentator. I will not be upset, get rage gamed about this. I'm doing this for you guys. This is a lot of fun for me, really, just to play video games. But I think it's even more fun to see that I have people on here watching me, commenting, giving me different guys they want to see. One of the things that I'm really about to do, I'm going to ask you guys to help me out with, matter of fact, is I want to do a 6-man tag match, an elimination tag match, basically what you guys would know as a Survivor Series elimination match. And I want to do a Team Lucha Underground versus Team WWE. So if you guys have any suggestions who you would like to see on either team, let me know in the comments. If you're watching this on the PlayStation, if you're one of my friends on PlayStation, I sent you an invite. You can send me a message on PlayStation actually, instead of leaving one in the comments, because I haven't really gotten any comments on YouTube. I'm not sure if it's difficult to do. I'm doing a lot of talking about the show while the match is going on, I know, but this is an Anaconda Vice. Anybody that was a fan of CM Punk knows this move. I'm going to go ahead and let him go, though. I don't have him damaged nearly enough. Once again, I've never played as Dr. Wagner Jr. I'm not sure what his moveset is as far as finishing moves. I've looked at them, but again, I've never seen Doctor outside of a video game, so I'm not sure exactly what his moves really are. If you saw at the bottom of his feet just then, it said go for a dirty pin. So that was a proof positive earlier of what I said he's a rudo. Dirty pins is when a wrestler puts somebody on the mat, and instead of just going for a regular pinfall, they actually throw their legs up on the rope to add leverage, which is one of the suckiest things to get caught in, because, I mean, you have a guy's entire weight down on one part of your body. He's not even got anything else on the mat. He's just propped up on the ropes. Wagner moves, and apparently he does a sit-out power bomb, which they've got marked as the Batista bomb. We all know Batista, obviously. And he also does a zigzag, kick, and you already saw the Anaconda Vice. So we're going to go in. We saw the Anaconda Vice. We're going to hit him with the zigzag. I'm going to go for a super kick because it says corner versus grounded opponent, so he's going to have to be laying down. I'm going to go for the zigzag, try to hit the super kick, and then top it off with a Batista bomb. see if we can't win the matchup of the juniors, Dr. Wagner and Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio still has his comeback. If you haven't noticed, he just blocked that very easily. And he just blocked the Anaconda Vice as well. It was a bit glitchy if you notice, which is fine, but still. I'm hoping 2K17 will see a lot better moves, different movesets, different fighters. I love what they did with the NXT guys this year. I love seeing the fact that they actually, added Samoa Joe into a downloaded thing, actually, to have him as playable. But Adam Rose, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, Baron Corbin, a lot of these guys that you're actually starting to see on WWE programming now are on the game. So it's not like in past years, they have a roster that's up to date up till when the game comes out, and as soon as the game comes out, anybody that joins you're going to have to create. They went ahead and created, and that's why I like NXT, they went ahead and created these NXT guys and added them into the game. He's going for the Anaconda Vice again. Apparently I'm messing up with the input on this thing. Letting go again. I could probably finish it off, but I do want to see the super kick and the Batista bomb with Dr. Wagner Jr. Rey Mysterio apparently going in for a... Nope, this is not a power bomb. This is a power bomb suplex type move that is actually used on Kevin Owens' moveset. I don't believe I've seen this move in real life before, but it does look awesome. Going in for the kick out. You saw I had a resiliency at the bottom. I don't like to do that unless I've been hit with a finisher or unless there's absolutely nothing of the kick out gauge. Even then, I'll try the kick out gauge at least once, hopefully, to save my resiliency. He kicked me in the back, but you see with going in for the, oh my goodness, he's going in for a Batista bomb. I'm supposing with this in AAA, or if he fights on Lucha Underground, you'd probably hear them call that a Wagner bomb, or something along the lines. We're going to come in, we're actually going to try and hit the corner finisher. It looks like he's going in, this is Seth Rollins' super kick. Still deadly, still effective, or it might have been Alberto, might have used that. Either way, still deadly and effective. Super kick right to the mouth after a Batista bomb. Rey Mysterio out of here with a 1-2-3 count. Amazing matchup. Dr. Wagner Jr., Rey Mysterio Jr., Lucha Underground, Boyle Heights, Los Angeles, California. Come down to the temple. Check us out. Matt Striker, Vampiro. Again, I know I'm sounding like I'm part of the commentary team. I don't own Lucha Underground. I don't own any of the likenesses. I don't own any of the moves. I'm a fan that went on to Community Creations and started seeing Lucha Underground fighters that you guys had created, that you people on PlayStation had created and uploaded for us to download. And I want to thank you guys for that. It's awesome being able to come on and play as Pentagon Jr., as Dr. Wagner, Rey Mysterio, Phoenix. Yes, I do have a Phoenix on here. Mil Muertes, Matanza Cueto. It's cool to see that you guys actually pay attention to Lucha Underground. I didn't know there was anybody else in the WWE universe that was really paying attention to Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling, which I saw Jushin Thunder Liger on here. Anybody that doesn't know, he's the guy that comes out full white with the big horns and stuff. I should download him and actually show you guys. There are some luchadors that I've seen, and Japanese wrestlers as well, that I've seen that have, I guess you would call it, lost my train of thought again, excuse me, I'm sorry about that. There are a lot of these, such as Shinsuke Nakamura, former New Japan Pro Wrestler, master of strong style. Anybody that's been watching NXT, he actually just had a great matchup with Austin Aries a week or so back. It was pretty amazing to see these guys. I'm going to go ahead and click next match while I'm talking. I'm going to go ahead and give myself that suggestion. Go ahead and click next match if you're going to talk, because this load up screen takes quite a while. This is the 6-man ladder match for the Gift of the Gods Championship. You see we have coming in Dragon Azteca Jr., Tejano Jr., Jack Evans, Phoenix, Killshot. Rey Mysterio Jr. just got out of a grueling matchup where he lost by super kick to Dr. Wagner Jr., but apparently he's going to tough it out and come out and try to face this Gift of the Gods challenge. I can't remember who it was, but one of these guys actually has a fight after this. Jack Evans, I believe, after this Gift of the Gods matchup, is going to go into the most insane matchup of his life, if you ask me. He's going to try and fight Mil Muertes. A lot of people try to downplay him. Have just helped me out. I've gotten the most viewers I've ever had on here at one time. I have 3 guys or gals, if you're a gal, excuse me for being sexist. I have 3 viewers right now, which is more than I've ever had before, and I don't think I have any of my family members watching, so that's kind of cool, right? I mean, my other videos had 2 people on at one time, and one of them I know for a fact was my little brother, because he wanted to watch it on YouTube and actually see what was going on. Shout out to Adam, my little brother. But as far as I know, nobody in my house is watching YouTube right now, so I actually am with this new addition that I just saw pop up in the top right hand corner. I have 3 viewers, and the 2 viewers that I've had have actually been online for a while. Thanks, guys, you 2 viewers. It's not showing me who you guys are, or I would totally give you guys a shout out by your screen names. I'm not exactly sure how to get that to pull up. Honestly, I'm sorry. I'm going to go on YouTube here on my cell phone while this is loading. If you guys have a comment, or if you're one of my viewers, leave your name in the comment section. I'll actually give you a shout out on here, to thank you guys for giving me 3 viewers at one time. I know this sounds like I'm nerding out quite a bit. It's pretty pathetic, but either way, this is one of the most amazing experiences with you guys. If you can hear that in the background, I'm sorry, I'm playing the YouTube thing. From what I'm seeing, you guys actually can't see what I'm doing right now, which really sucks. Pathetic, but either way, this is one of the most amazing experiences with you guys. If you can hear that in the background, I'm sorry, I'm playing the YouTube thing. From what I'm seeing, you guys actually can't see what I'm doing right now, which really sucks. Yeah, guys, I'm not exactly sure. I'm trying to get this video fixed, but it's looking like, I'm hoping that what it's going to be is that with this Gift of the Gods loading screen, once the loading screen is over, it's going to go ahead and play it. It's kind of disconcerting to see this. I'm hoping my whole broadcast hasn't been like this. YouTube claims I have 0 watching. Yeah, guys, I'm not exactly sure. I'm trying to get it playing in the background again. We have the matchup up on screen. We have coming out first, like I said, guys, hopefully, I'm really sorry about you guys not being able to see, and if you're hearing background noise off of YouTube from my phone, I'm going to cut that off now. If you can't see what's going on, I'm extremely sorry about that. Throw down a comment if you can't see. If you can see what's going on, leave me a comment, say, hey, we can see it. But as of right now, I mean, I'm on my YouTube account, I'm not seeing anything as far as the video goes. So that's sort of sucking. We have Tejano Jr. coming in right now into the ring. This is once again a 6-man Gift of the Gods Championship ladder match. He's going to come in and try and take the Gift of the Gods Championship. Now, in Lucha Underground, if you've watched the show, they actually will have this tournament, which each person wins a medallion. When you win that medallion, Dario Cueto tells you it's going to be for a great opportunity later on. When later on comes is when he reveals the Gift of the Gods Championship match, which has the 7 blank spots in it for each of the 7 medallions. There's 7 of the Aztec medallions. Once you win a medallion, all you have to do is place your medallion into that championship, and you are in lock for a 7-man matchup to see who the winner, to see who the Gift of the Gods Championship is going to be. Gift of the Gods Champion is going to be who's going to have the Gift of the Gods Championship. These guys fight their tails off every night that they're on. They're kicking butt, but this Gift of the Gods and the Aztec medallions, it's another level of competition, because anybody that watched the most recent one, I believe, was when Chavo Guerrero actually stole Brian Cage's medal. This is not like corporate stuff. You can't just say, hey, that's not yours, you can't use it. Dario Cueto actually allowed Chavo Guerrero Jr., not Pentagon Jr., he allowed Chavo Guerrero Jr. to place an Aztec medallion into the championship that he had never won. Brian Cage won that Aztec medallion. After that, Brian Cage actually come out in the 7-man matchup, beat the crap out of everybody, and allowed Chavo Guerrero to pick up the win, so that next week he could take the belt from Chavo Guerrero in a Gift of the Gods championship match. That's the only thing about that opportunity. It's very unique. You do have a guaranteed title shot for the Lucha Underground Heavyweight Championship, but you also have to defend this Gift of the Gods championship, dude. I mean, you gotta fight to defend this Gift of the Gods championship in order to have your matchup. So if that doesn't happen, you can lose. Like Chavo, you can lose your belt to somebody else, and now they have the guaranteed shot. So it's not really a guaranteed guarantee unless you have the belt in your possession. So I'm hoping, I'm going to turn the volume all the way down on my YouTube for myself. I'm able to see what's going on now. If not, like I said, I'm really sorry about that. It's a bit more aggravating to deal with live broadcasts. Obviously, there's no really way to fix, troubleshoot. I don't have much of I don't have any real say. It seems like this has really just turned into more of a talk show, guys. Puzzle1311996's live Lucha Underground broadcast really is becoming nothing more than a talk show. You can't see what's going on right now, so this is radio broadcasted wrestling, pretty much, man. Here you see the ring just come out. I'm sorry for not announcing them when I was supposed to. Was Dragon Azteca Jr. No, excuse me, that was not Dragon Azteca, that was Phoenix Jr. I really should have downloaded a different Phoenix with a different match color. They confused me at times. This, coming out now, is Dragon Azteca Jr. He is in that amazing trios team that I was telling you about earlier. Rey Mysterio, Dragon Azteca Jr., and Prince Puma. Really, guys, I hate to cut this off, but I mean, honestly, it seems like this is nothing more than a radio broadcast now. I have the live chat up on my YouTube account. If anybody's watching this now, if anybody's paying attention, watching this, if you guys could let me know something. Can you see what's going on? Do you have video? Because from what I'm seeing on my YouTube channel, I have no video. I'm live, and it's nothing but a radio broadcast, which is really, like I said, disconcerting, disappointing. I thought I was having a great time, but I've really wasted about 53 minutes before work trying to do this. It's not really a waste if you guys can see it, but I mean, it's extremely heart-wrenching knowing that you guys can't see what's actually going on right now. These are some amazing competitors that have been created by, let me give a shout out to 420-YO, created probably 6 of these guys, 5 or 6 of them, I'm thinking. I had it wrote down, different guys that actually created. I'll give you a list of those now, since that you can really only hear me. You can't see what's going on. Stash has his own version of, this is again, Stash, then one of the, I guess you would call it a space, but it's not actually a space, you know, the / space type deal that they have on, when you type. Stash dash 420YO. That's 420YO. Stash 420YO. Created Big Rick, Phoenix, Son of Havoc, King Cuerno, Mil Muertes, and Drago. My version of Johnny Mundo is by Thug King. Tejano is by Paul TMG, as well as my version of Cage. David Kuro did a version of Pentagon Jr. that I used the moveset for. I'm actually using the visuals, the actual created character of somebody else. And Angelico, my version of Angelico, was made by this guy. I can't really pronounce his screen name, but it's E, for the guys that want to look it up, it's EDUARDO, like Eduardo apparently, FMGRCIA. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure what all that stands for, if it's spelling something. He might be in a different country. I am here in America, but if he's in a different country, apologies for not being able to recognize what your name is. Apparently, once again, I don't have any video. I'm watching YouTube on my phone, and I don't have any video. This is really starting to aggravate me. So I'm going to go out, I'm going to check my broadcast settings. It says I left the application, so only the microphone audio is being only the audio is being used. So thinking, like I said, that this isn't really turning out the way that I wanted it to. Going to the broadcast settings now, hopefully to see what I can do. See if you guys left any comments. Right now, doesn't look like there's any at all. It's kind of disconcerting, but oh well. Invite players to the broadcast. Really, only Superman 7453. Shout out to him. He's on my friends list. He's online right now. Other than that, it doesn't look like I have anybody. You can not really able to figure out what's going on with my video now. It's starting to aggravate me, but oh well. Since it's looking like I'm not going to be able to pull anything else out, it's just more of the, if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, it's the network icon with sideways button symbols apparently. Not exactly sure what that's about. But anyway, yeah, it's kind of disappointing. I thought I was going to go ahead and have my first broadcast with more than 2 matchups on it, but it's looking like all you guys are really getting is speech, which sucks. Again, doesn't seem like it's going to give me the option to get my broadcast back online. If anybody out there knows what I can do to fix this, if anybody's watching, or if anybody watches this later, I imagine you'll probably have cut it off by now. Help me out, show me what I'm doing wrong, why I can't get video feed. It would really help me out a lot, because I want to do this more often, have a bit more fun with it, but it's really looking like that the video is not going to cooperate, and I understand you guys really don't want to sit here and listen to a radio show on YouTube about Lucha Underground. You can't really see what's going on. I do pretty much do play-by-play commentary. Me personally, I wouldn't want to watch it. I know that's pretty bad, downplaying yourself live on air, but I personally wouldn't want to see a radio show. But from what I'm understanding, I think that third viewer that I had, guys, that third guy that I had, the third viewer, yeah, it says I have 3 viewers on right now. I'm not exactly sure if that's correct, but It's also looking like it didn't do the championship match. It's got Money in the Bank briefcase up there, so it says Gift of the Gods Championship though. So I'm hoping maybe whoever wins this is going to have a matchup for the Gift of the Gods. I'm not exactly sure. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to simulate this match. I'm not going to hit square to simulate it though. I'm going to watch it through. Or you know what? Really, guys, I'm sorry. If anybody else can see this, again, I can't. I'm on YouTube. I can't see anything. All I'm seeing is my voice playing to the background of a PlayStation Network symbol. I'm not exactly sure when I lost video feed. If this is disappointing anybody, I trust me, I'm disappointed myself. I'm going back on YouTube now. I'm trying to figure out when I lost video feed. It looks like I've got it all the way through Pentagon Jr. and Willie Mack. Well, now it's showing it. I'm sorry, guys. It looks like I had you sitting here looking at nothing for no reason. Now it's showing. Okay. Now I'm back to the. It was during Wagner Jr. and Rey Mysterio. Apparently, was when I messed up. Trying to go through and figure out exactly when this messed up. If you guys were watching when you saw this happen, if you see this happen again, throw me a comment, please. If you're watching live and you notice I lose my video feed, it's really no reason for me to be on here. I can't see what's going on my screen as far as YouTube goes after the Dr. Wagner fight, Dr. Wagner Jr. and Rey Mysterio. Letting YouTube load now. It looks like. Okay, guys, I'm really sorry if you guys can see what's going on and I can't for some reason. I'm sorry about that. But to me, it's looking like I don't have anything going right now. Yeah, see, it'll show the end of the Dr. Wagner fight. I only rewinded it a little bit and it rewound to the Dr. Wagner fight. I sat there and talked for a few minutes, minute or so, I know. Trying to figure this out. I'm sorry, guys. Again, really, really sorry. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with this. It's 10:16 right now. I have to go to work at 11:30. Again, that sucks, but oh well, it's work. Gotta work so I can pay for my internet, so I can have YouTube, so I can make these shows for you guys. Okay, in my YouTube video, I'm watching on my phone. It's showing that it did the loading screen for the Gift of the Gods 6-man ladder match. So you guys were able to watch it all the way up to the Gift of the Gods 6-man ladder match to the loading screen, which is good, I suppose. Excuse me for a second. If you hear any background noise, I'm having to fix my headphones. It's showing where it started up the Gift of the Gods 6-man ladder match. It's showing the loading screen, but it's not really showing the bar at the bottom, the red bar that shows how long it's taking to load. I know I was talking during this, the Gift of the Gods 6-man ladder, so I'm not really upset as much now that I know I do have the other matchups, Dr. Wagner and Pentagon, and I think I might have done one more before that. I'm probably wrong though. Yeah, it's looking like right after the loading screen is when you guys lost connection with me, or I lost connection to y'all, or something happened. Either way, it's looking like basically right about the time that the matchup was going to start. Which I was really wanting to show you guys the Gift of the Gods Championship that I downloaded. Again, I don't own any of this stuff. Just downloaded off of WWE Community Creations. I'm going to go ahead and sign out now because, like I said, you guys can't see what's going on. Sort of breaks my heart a little bit, but oh well. Yeah, this is Anthony Steele, also known as Puzzle. You guys are the pieces to the puzzle pieces. Come back next time you see I'm having a live stream. If you want to send me a friend request on the PlayStation Network and shoot me a message saying you want an invite to the next live broadcast if that's what you're into. For the guys that's actually watching straight from YouTube, thanks guys. Any of the Lucha Underground guys that happen to check this out, no offense to anybody, I don't want to upset anybody. I love all of you guys. You're amazing competitors, amazing athletes, and my main goal is to promote Lucha Underground. I've said this before. I want to promote Lucha Underground, the El Rey Network, these fighters. They're really amazing guys, but it seems like I may be losing my audience with this right here, losing video feed. I was hoping that somehow get it back. But anybody knows, maybe I have a time limit I'm supposed to stay within. I'm not exactly sure. But it's, like I said, it's pretty disappointing. It looks like I got through quite a good bit of content though. All the way up to like I said, it went to the loading screen for the Gift of the Gods Championship match. So you guys did get to see the start of what that was going to be. Check in next time, and I promise I will have that Gift of the Gods match on there. I'm not going to play it since you guys can't see. I'm actually going to wait on that. I'm going to go ahead and close out the broadcast now. Puzzle1311996's, you know it's me, Mr. Anthony Steele. You guys are the pieces to the puzzle. Can't do this without y'all. Give me a like, a thumbs up, share it, hit the subscribe button. I'm not sure what it does, but hit the subscribe button anyway. And I'm out for now. 10:30, got work in an hour. Gonna go ahead and go get dressed, take a shower, whatever. Go ahead in here and get these eggs transferred. If you guys are watching right now and you can still hear me, it says I have 3 guys, I believe. It says I have, yeah, I'm on air. And it says, according to the PlayStation, I have 3 guys watching me. If you guys want, like I said, I'm not gonna do the match. I'm gonna go quit the match. If you can hear the sound effects going off, that's what that is. Quitting the match. I know I've signed out with my catchphrase 2 or 3 times. I'm just trying out different ways to say it. I know you guys probably have different schedules that I do, but really, I'm going to try and get on again tonight. I'll go ahead and send out the invitations like I normally do on PlayStation. If you've been watching on PlayStation broadcasts and watching on YouTube, it'll probably Eastern Standard Time. It'll probably be sometime later after 9 o'clock, most likely, unless I'm lucky, which I'm not normally lucky when it comes to that. I'll try to get on and do the Gift of the Gods Championship match, and apparently what I think I'm going to do from now on, match at a time, because that ended up being a failure. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out now. Go ahead and lock this down, close it out, go on YouTube and check this out, see what I can do to make this video better. Leave me a comment if you've noticed anything I can do. I ask for this every time. If you have certain fighters you want to see, if you have certain matchups, triple threats, fatal 4-ways, extreme rules, ladder match, TLC, anything, man, I'm down with that. Royal Rumbles. As long as, I've said this one time before, as long as it's not overtly stupid, don't try to tell me you want to see a match between Nikki Bella and John Cena. As far as I know, I can't make that happen. Probably be pretty cool. Maybe. Not really, I don't think. Cause anyway, we'll go ahead and skip through the little rambling portion of the show. But, like I said, I'm going to try and get on tonight after I get off of work and do the Lucha Underground Gift of the Gods Championship match for you guys. I'm sorry I sound so disappointed. I thought you guys were able to see this. But for those that are watching, later on tonight we're going to have that match. Hopefully one more. I'm going to try and figure out why I'm losing signal like this. It's pretty messed up, but oh well. Other than that, thanks guys for watching. The 3 viewers that I had, pretty much gave my shout outs. Love all my family members. Anybody that knows that I'm kin to you, I love you. Really, other than that, this has been Lucha Underground on the El Rey Network. For Matt Stryker, this is Vampiro signing out.